Hello, students. So today we are going to talk about the multiple choice question that had been asked in SCE 2080. So let us begin the discussion from the very first question. So this session is going to be a bilingual session. So I will be utilizing the both English and Nepali language so that all the students will be benefited from here. Okay. सुरु गरौँ पहिलो नम्बरबाट which a physical quantity is always remains same in the transformer. Transformer को खास काम voltage र current को मात्रा घटबड गराउने हो. त्यसैले यसमा current र voltage को मात्रा घटबड भइरहँदा power को मात्रा चाहिँ constant रहन्छ. किनभने हामीलाई थाहा छ यो power भनेको voltage र current को सम हो. सो ट्रान्सफर्मरले कि voltage बढाउँछ कि voltage घटाउँछ. र त्यही बेला current को मात्रा कि घट्छ कि बढ्छ. That means if the voltage goes high, then the current gets lowered so that the value of P remains constant. That's why the input voltage P1 will be always equal to output voltage P2. That's why the value of voltage remains constant. So our first solution is going to be, our first answer is going to be a kind of your सामर्थ्य. Okay, argentite धाउबाट कुन धातु निस्किन्छ. So simple. The actual name of this silver is argentum. That's why it's a quite a straightforward answer. So argentum, chandi, is the correct answer for this one. Similarly, let us move on to third one. So which of the following is the example of algae? Okay, so we have to figure out, this is knowledge based question. So if you just know the name of the member of this algae, like Chlamydomonas, Bulbox, Lotrix, and other, so definitely directly you can get the name Chlamydomonas. These liverworts, moss, and rhizopus are belonging in other classes. So another, which of the following is a netizen? A netizen is a word from internet and citizen. Okay, net and citizen. Net and citizen means internet वितरण गर्ने मान्छे त पक्कै and it's a supplier, that is SIP. Okay, similarly internet को प्रयोग गर्ने, internet मन पराउने र internet मर्मत गर्ने. So repairing काम अर्कै भइहाल्यो. मन पर्ने, it's a simple thing. So those who use the internet is basically going to be netizen. Magnesium oxide लाई पानीमा मिसाउँदा कस्तो प्रकारको रासायनिक प्रतिक्रिया हुन्छ. So let us observe in here. So magnesium oxide, MgO plus water. Okay, so MgO is a base and it is soluble in water. It's kind of going to produce a alkali, that is HMgOH whole 2. So we can just see here, two of the reactant are giving rise into a single product. That's why definitely it would have answer like a association or combination reaction. So in case of displacement, some particle has to displace from the reactant. In decomposition, one reactant will be broken down into two or more. Okay, so this is an acid base. Sometimes acid base reaction can also seems like displacement, but you have to be very careful while dealing it. Okay, so acid र base छ भने चाहिँ त्यति बेला हामीले विचार गर्नुपर्छ कि त्यो displacement and displacement नभएर acid base हुन्छ. Okay, let us move on to another. So in here we have another question. So प्रयोगशालामा CAO को काम, which why is ammonia is passed through lime tower before collection in gas jar? So simple, gas jar लाई gas jar मा पठाउनु भन्दा अगाडि किन lime tower मा पठाइन्छ. Lime tower means CAO tower. CAO is a kind of dehydrating agent जसमा चाहिँ H2SO4 ले पनि काम गर्छ. यो पनि अहिले पानी एब्जर्ब गर्ने मटेरियल है. सो एक्चुअली एमोनिया प्रोड्युस हुँदाखेरि एमोनिया प्लस वाटर भेपर आइरहेको हुन्छ. सो when we heat the reactant NH4 Cl plus CaOH whole 2, at that time what will be produced. So त्यसले चाहिँ यो एमोनियालाई मोइस्ट गरिरहेको हुन्छ र अर्को हामीलाई थाहा छ एमोनिया इज एक्सट्रिमली सल्युबल इन वाटर. सो CaO टावरबाट नपठाउने हो भने हाम्रो एमोनिया ग्यास जारमा कलेक्ट हुँदैन. सो ग्यास जारमा कलेक्ट गर्नको लागि हामीले एमोनियालाई ड्राई अप गर्नुपर्छ. त्यो ड्राई अप गर्नको लागि हामीले we have to choose a dehydrating agent. हामी dehydrating agent H2SO को चुज गर्न सक्ने थियौं, तर समस्या के छ भने H2SO4 राख्ने हो भने ammonia is basic gas. Okay, so it is going to form something NH4 whole to SO4. So यो हामीलाई चाहिएको प्रोडक्ट हैन, त्यसैले हामी H2SO4 राख्न चाहिँ सक्ने थियौं डिहाइड्रेटिङ एजेन्ट हुँदा, तर हाम्रो एमोनिया को नेचर बेसिक हुने हुँदा we cannot put that. That's why we have to choose some kind of basic dehydrating agent, and which is going to be calcium oxide. So I believe you got the answer in here. So the answer is सुक्खा बनाउने, ग्यासलाई सुक्खा बनाउने. ओके, दिएको चित्रमा दिएको दृष्टि कमजोरीलाई हटाउन कस्तो खालको लेन्स प्रयोग, which kind of lens should be useful? Okay, so in here the ray of light are meeting before the retina. That means somewhere in vitreous humor. That means the light is not capable of reaching the retina. They are combining before the retina. That's why we have to push it a bit ahead. That's why. So यो रेहरूलाई अलिकति मात्रामा डाइभर्ज गरिदियो भने, फर एक्जाम्पल लेट्स से यसरी आएको लाइट यो लेन्सले यहीँनेरि हाम्रो कम्बाइन गरिदिएको छ, हाम्रो रेटिना यहाँ छ. This is suppose this is your retina. So यो रेहरूलाई हामीले केही मात्रामा यसलाई डाइभर्ज गर्न सक्यो भने, लेट्स से यसलाई यहाँदेखि केही मात्रामा यसरी डाइभर्ज गर्न सक्यो भने it might go like here. So यसलाई यसरी डाइभर्ज गर्न सक्यो भने we can figure out that this will reach in here. So diverse केले गर्छ त? It's quite simple. So if you just put it here, put it a kind of concave lens, then this concave lens will direct this rays bit away from the original path, and it led to reach at retina. That's why our answer is going to be simply convex is not possible, convex or concave is not possible, concave or convex is not possible. That's why we can either simply use this biconcave or simply monoconcave. So plano-concave, monoconcave, plano-concave is same thing. So this is what the answer for this question. Okay, so let's move on to another question that is related to transformer again. Transformer. So in here there are 220 turns in the primary section. Okay, 220 volt in primary section, whereas we have to figure out the voltage in secondary section. But what we are given is secondary coil ma bhanda badi cha. Okay, primary is number of turns, N1 is 4 times N2. That means, so let's say N1 by N2 equals to 4. So V1 by V2 also has to be 4, because we know N1 by N2 equal to V1 by V2. That's why. So our V1 is this much. So what we can simply figure out is V2 equal to V1 by 4. So if we just divide 220 by 4, then we are going to get, I believe, 55. And so, okay, this is what the answer for this one. Okay, so let us move on to another. There are 2 facts given, and the reasons are also mentioned in there. Okay, so based on that we have to figure out the answer. Okay, so let us see the first fact. In vitro fertilization process, the egg is combined with the sperm in a glass vessel and then transferred into the mother. So this is completely correct. So in IVF process, only the zygote and few multiplication of cell will be carried in the artificial medium, then it will be directly transferred to the womb of the mother. So this is fully correct. There is no issue in this fact. Okay, so let us move into the another statement. In yes prakriyama शुक्राणुको आवश्यकता पर्दैन. So this is completely wrong. So you can just see in the first section, sperm and ovum are combined together in the artificial environment. So this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong statement. Let us move on to another statement. What is going to say? Okay, so let me just move on to another frame. Okay, so in here, so you can simply figure out the another statement. Okay, so what is the another statement is surrogate mother can grow the embryo in her uterus. This is quite simple. Surrogate mother means a kind of no भाडामा बच्चा जन्माउनको लागि युटेरस प्रयोग गर्न सकिन्छ. द्याट मिन्स कहिलेकाहीँ आमाको शरीरले बच्चालाई एक्सेप्ट गर्दैन या मिसक्यारिएज हुन्छ भने त्यस्तो टाइममा कुनै भाडाको आमालाई केही पैसा दिएर बच्चा जन्माउने प्रोसेसलाई चाहिँ सेरोगेट मदर भन्छ. ओके, सो सेरोगेट मदरले आफ्नो पेट पाठेघरमा जाइगोटलाई ग्रो गर्न सक्छन् है. सो दिस इज कम्प्लिटली करेक्ट. सो what we found is the fact was correct and the first statement was wrong. So तथ्य र दुवै कथनहरू सही छन् because first statement was wrong. So this is wrong. तथ्य गलत छ, तथ्य ठीक छ, दुवै कथनहरू सही छन्, एउटा कथन गलत छ. तथ्य र कथन दुई सही छन्, एक गलत छ. So this is our correct answer. Okay, so let us move on to another. So एउटा गाउँका बासिन्दाहरूलाई मुसाले धेरै सताउँदा मुसा मार्ने अभियान चलाए. Definitely this is the wrong process because it brings imbalance in the ecosystem. So what kind of imbalance it will bring? So let us examine. So मुसाको संख्या बढ्यो, मुसा मार्ने अभियान चलाइयो मुसाले. सो हामीलाई थाहा छ कि यो फुड वेभ एन्ड फुड चेनमा हेर्ने हो भने यो मुसा प्राइमरी कन्ज्युमर हो भने मुसालाई खाने सर्प चाहिँ सेकेन्डरी कन्ज्युमर हो. सो सबै मुसा मारियो भने सेकेन्डरी कन्ज्युमरलाई फुड अभाइलेबल हुँदैन. द्याट्स वाइ पारिस्थितिक पद्धति सन्तुलन हुने त सम्भवै छैन. इट्स गोइङ टु बी इम्ब्यालेन्स. सर्पहरूको संख्या घट्ने. ओके, सर्पहरूको संख्या घट्ने सम्भावना देखिन्छ किनभने मुसा इज द प्राइमरी सोर्स अफ फुड फर द स्नेक. द्याट्स वाइ सर्पको संख्या घट्ने देखिन्छ. लेट अस एक्जामिन अदर अल्सो. सर्पको संख्या बढ्ने सम्भावना डेफिनेटली छैन. कसको संख्या बढ्न सक्छ भने मुसा मारिसकेपछि जुन चिजलाई मुसाले खान्थ्यो त्यो चाहिँ बढ्छ. जस्तो झारहरू, किराहरू, फसलहरू, धान मकैहरूको अमाउन्ट चाहिँ डेफिनेटली बढ्छ. के किराहरूको संख्यासँग यसको खासै केही डिरेक्ट सम्बन्ध छैन किनभने मुसाले किरालाई खाँदैन है. सो द बेस्ट आन्सर इन दिस अप्सन इज गोइङ टु बी सर्पहरूको संख्या घट्ने देखिन्छ. ओके, so let's move on to another one. So the short questions. So we can quickly complete these questions and we will bring the short question and long question in another part of the video. Okay, so let us move on to short questions. So in here simple kind of 1 mark question answer asked. So let us see and examine. So नियन्त्रित चरहरूको परिभाषा दिनुस्. त्यस्तो भेरिएबल्स जुनलाई हामीले कन्ट्रोल गरेर राख्नुपर्छ. कन्ट्रोल गरेर नराख्ने हो भने हाम्रो रिजल्ट सोचेको भन्दा डिफरेन्ट आउन सक्छ. जस्तो कि मानौ लेट्स से हामीले राखेको फर्टिलाइजर र हाइट अफ द प्लान्ट. ओके, हाइट अफ द प्लान्ट यो दुईटा हामी लेट्स से फर्टिलाइजरलाई चाहिँ इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट भेरिएबल मान्ने, यसलाई चाहिँ डिपेन्डेन्ट भेरिएबल मान्ने. ठिक छ, फर्टिलाइजर थप्दै जाने हाइट धेरै बढ्छ भन्ने एक्सपेक्टेसन होला. तर वी शुड बी भेरी केयरफुल द्याट द इन्भाइरोमेन्ट शुड बी सेम. यो दुईटाको लागि एउटै इन्भाइरोमेन्ट राख्नु पर्यो. द्याट मिन्स सनलाइट सेम हुनु पर्यो होला है, यिनीहरूले पाउने वाटर सेम हुनु पर्यो होला. यस्ता जुन प्यारामिटरहरू छन् जुन दुवै केसमा फर्टिलाइजर कम राखेको बेला या धेरै राखेको बेला हाम्रो इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट भेरिएबललाई हामीले चेन्ज गर्दाखेरि यी भेरिएबलमा चेन्ज आउनु हुँदैन. दोज भेरिएबल which won't be altered along with the independent one, they are basically called the controlled. So in this particular experiment that I've just gave, the example is sunlight, water amount and other are the external factor that we have to keep constant. They are controlled variables. So in very short statement, those variable which are to be controlled during the time of examination is called control variable. So RNA is ribonucleic acid. So simple. This is knowledge based questions. You can get simply write the answer. Okay, एउटा बिरुवाको ट्याप रूट र फूलहरू छन् भने त्यो कुन क्लासमा पर्छ? we have been asked a class. Okay, so be careful. Not the division, not the subdivision. We have asked the class. Tap root or fooleru. Tap root means definitely it is going to have a class of dicot. So division division tracheophyte, subdivision angiosperm, and inside angiosperm there are two classes, that is dicot. Okay, so this is class dicot. जलवायु परिवर्तन को मुख्य कारक ग्यास कुन हो, which gas is the main cause of climate change. So climate change environment को temperature change गराउने भनेको CO2 ग्यास हो, किनभने CO2 ग्यासले maximum solar radiation absorb गर्न सक्छ र यो अर्थ हिटिङलाई सपोर्ट गर्छ. Because of that we can directly say carbon dioxide, and other gas will be oxide of nitrogen, oxide of sulfur, and so mostly is carbon dioxide. Okay, or you may say the oxides of carbon, like carbon monoxide or dioxide. Okay, पिण्डलाई स्थिर राखी कुनै वस्तुबीजको दूरीलाई 3 गुणाले बनाउँदा वस्तुबीजको गुरुत्वाकर्षण. ओके, सो सिम्पल, हामी केही पनि नसोचौं. सपोज दिस इज फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, this is second object. Okay, let's say their distance is d, central distance is d, and at that time the force is going to be g m1 m2 divided by d square. But according to second situation, the distance is increased by 3 times. Okay, so f2 is going to be how much? G m1 m2 divided by 3 of d square. That means it's going to be g m1 m2 divided by 9 d square. So in this place, what we are going to put is f1. Okay, gmm d square is f1. So your f2 is going to be 1/9 of the f1. So what you have to write is simply the force is going to be decreased by 9 times. Okay, so this is what the answer for this one. Okay, let's move on to another. Okay, so in here what we have is जडीबुटीले राष्ट्रको अर्थतन्त्र वृद्धिका लागि कसरी टेवा पुर्याउँछ. Okay, this is so simple type of question for you. So जडीबुटी बेच्ने international trade मा जान्छ. We can easily obtain the international currency. So that's how it supports in national income. Okay, हामीलाई त mostly चाहिने हो डलर इकोनोमिक स्टेटस इन्क्रिज गर्नको लागि. सो हामीले इन्टरनेशनल मार्केटमा ट्रेड गर्ने हो भने हामीसँग डलर अवेलेबल हुन्छ, त्यही डलर चाहिँ हाम्रो लागि एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. ओके, सो लेट अस मुभ अन टु अनदर. तपाईको घरमा जडान गरेको 220 भोल्ट छ. ओके, 220 हामीले पाएको सप्लाई इज 220. ओके, तपाईसँग दुईवटा ट्रान्सफर्मर छन्. प्राइमरी कोइलको संख्या सेकेन्डरी कोइलको भन्दा बढी छ. अर्कोमा प्राइमरी कोइल. ओके, फर्स्ट इज प्राइमरी कोइलको फेराको संख्या सेकेन्डरीको भन्दा बढी छ. प्राइमरीमा बढी छ. ओके, प्राइमरीमा बढी छ means it is up, step up. And another is अर्कोमा भने प्राइमरी कोइलमा फेराको संख्या सेकेन्डरी कोइलमा भन्दा कम छ. That means सेकेन्डरीमा ज्यादा छ. Okay, let me just look at. So we have to be very careful. Okay. Okay, so let's say you have a two transformer electricity, one with more turns in primary. More turns in primary means it is step down, and another is step up. Okay, so okay, number of turns in primary coil, then the secondary coil. The transformer will select to play 12 volt. Okay, so our output is V2 is 12 and V1 is 220. Okay, so we have to drop the voltage down. So voltage down one, and we have to use the second transformer. Oh, sorry, we have to use the first transformer, which will drop down the voltage. Okay, so this is a very logical question. This is as a higher ability type of question. Okay, so हामीले higher voltage लाई lower voltage मा चलाउनु छ भने जहिले पनि voltage down गर्नुपर्छ. voltage down गर्नको लागि primary coil भन्दा secondary coil को number less हुनुपर्छ. Okay, primary should be high. So this type of transformer should be used. Okay, let us look at the ultimate question of this type. Okay, this is again related to chemistry. So atomic structure is there. Okay, तलको तालिकामा दिएका परमाणविक संरचनाको आधारमा ती तत्त्व बीच हुने रासायनिक प्रतिक्रिया गराउँदा कस्तो खालको यौगिक बन्ला. Okay, we have to figure out. So this is here, this is a 1 electron. So 1 electron means group 1. Okay, and in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is group 7. So group one is the most reactive metal, and this is the most reactive non-metal. Okay, so definitely they are going to combine together and to form the output as a result. So let's say particularly SK1, and this is lithium, and this is your what 7 to 9. That means fluorine. So LiF, lithium fluoride, is going to be formed. Okay, so this is how we can simply uh, complete this diagrammatic equation, the final one. Okay, so what type of ore is concentrated by the froth flotation method? Okay, simply there are some techniques for the particular kind of ore. We have to choose the special process for uh, uh, processing. So for froth flotation, we simply use those ore which contains the sulfur as a impurity. Okay, sulfide impurity हुने ओरहरूलाई हामी फोर्थ फ्लोटेसन गर्छौँ भने अरू magnetic particle only, magnetic separation and other techniques are there. Okay, so this is what the discussion for now. We will be bringing the second part and third part of this series. In second part, we are going to discuss 14 questions of group C, and in the last part, we are going to talk about 7 long questions. Okay, thank you all. Stay tuned.